Boxing, and Vladimir Klitschko has reaffirmed his desire to teach David Haye a lesson in the ring for his behaviour in the build-up to their world heavyweight title fight.
Yeah, Klitschko is furious with Haye for wearing a T-shirt depicting him holding the decapitated heads of Vladimir and his brother Vitaly. The two appeared at a news conference in London this morning promoting the fight at Germany's Schalke football stadium on June the 20th.
What I see right now, I see David Haye with cut head of my brother, my family member. So I'm asking what's going to be next.
You see.
What's going to be next? You're gonna cut my dad's head, my mother's head, other family members. Maybe you will attack my religion, my race. This is over the edge. This is not about sport.
Punish me then. Come to the centre of the ring and punish me.
This is not about the sport. You listen to me about what I say. And I'm telling you, this guy is going to be punished.
There you go. He's going to stand in the ring and fight.
Jabs,
there you go.
Jabs are going to make
more jabs.
Pizza face for 12 rounds. And in the 12th round, I'm going to knock you out.
You can't last 12 rounds, son.
I truly enjoy this press conference.
12 rounds.
And I truly enjoy the fight. And I will enjoy the fight on June 20th with David Haye. Just
it's not going to be a
to
fight,
behave,
it's going to be a
to teach him, behave himself.
Well, Haye hit back by saying he has no respect for Klitschko because he doesn't act like a champion. Haye also said he knows exactly how to get the better of the Ukrainian.
You know, he's got a decent jab. You know, he's physically got a lot of physical tools, but I'm going to turn them against him. You know, his jab, grab tactics that he's been doing throughout his career. It's not impressive. That will not work against me. I'm going to make him fight. You know, he doesn't like fighting. He's a fighter who doesn't like to fight. He tries to be too clever and try to slow the pace down. Tries to jab and grab, hold, you know, paw, slap your gloves. He doesn't stand in the ring like a true heavyweight great should and go to war. And at some stage in your career, you're going to have to go to war. Hold your feet and throw bombs. I'm coming out to do that. I'm going to force him to do it. He can try and run all he wants. I want him to hold his feet. I want to go to war with this guy and show him, you know, I am the best heavyweight in the world. And I will do that.
Now, the British heavyweight boxer David Haye says his decision to wear a T-shirt showing him holding the severed heads of the two Klitschko brothers has had the desired effect. He faces the younger brother, Vladimir, for the RBF and WBO world titles in Germany on June 20th. And he's told us he was simply trying to unsettle the brothers by wearing the T-shirt at the press conference. He also made the point that being a smaller fighter, he has to use everything he can to gain an advantage.
That's why I'm here. I've come up from cruiserweight, which is 14 stone 4. I'm going to fight this guy who's around 18 stone. So the guy's naturally a lot bigger than me. He's 6'7". You know, I'm 6'3". I thought I was quite big until I saw him. But you know, he's not got the heart that I've got. He's not got the dedication. He hasn't got the drive. And I will become heavyweight champion on June 20th.
Now, Vladimir and Vitaly, they sort of have dominated the heavyweight division for a while, but they both sort of struggled to connect with the boxing public. Do you feel that you can do that?
Yeah, definitely. The whole sort of persona is a boring one. There's nothing exciting about the guys. I think that they've been killing the heavyweight division for a long time. They've been picking the weakest opponents and just feasting on these chumps, as they call them in the sport. And that's happened for long enough now. Everybody's sick of it. You know, people want to see history in the making, and that's what this fight's going to be.
Can I ask you, when you went over to Gelsenkirchen to promote the fight, you wore a T-shirt with the two Klitschko brothers, you holding their severed heads. You talk about declaring war.
Yeah.
Do you think you overstepped the mark a bit there?
No. I wanted to get into the head. I wanted him to realise, you know, I'm coming here and I mean business. Normally the guys they fight turn up and just be as quiet as they can, say hello to everybody and sort of exit and get back on the plane. But you know, I went over there and I said I declared war on him. I said I'm not only going to beat Vladimir, I'm going to beat Vitaly as well, his brother. So I'm declaring war on the whole family. And people thought that was a bit aggressive, a bit much. But no, that's the intent that I've got. I'm going over there to do some serious damage.
So you're not going to be messing around. It's not going to be sort of gentle prodding from the first round.
No.
It's just don't miss it from the first bell.
It's going to be all out action from the first bell. So don't go and get a cup of tea between it. Don't go to the toilet. Make sure you sit down and watch it because it won't last long. I've got some mean intentions. I'm looking at going to war real quick.
Boxing now, David Haye has defended his decision to wear a T-shirt depicting him holding the decapitated heads of the Klitschko brothers. The Haymaker takes on Vladimir at Germany's Schalke Stadium on June the 20th. Haye rejected criticism that he's trying too hard to promote the fight, but Klitschko says he's crossed the line.
Apparently there's been nearly just under 50,000 tickets sold in a couple of days. So that shows how big the fight is. I don't need to hype this fight up. You know, the fight speaks for itself. You know, it's the first time Vladimir's fought someone who is a real champion. You know, I'm coming up in weight. I was the undisputed #1 at cruiserweight, and I'm coming up to heavyweight to rip his titles away from him. He knows that. I can see the fear in his eyes. And once I've done him, I'm going to go after Vitaly.
I think that he went too far over the edge with his promotion, and there is no sporting things anymore. He went too far with cutting heads of my brother, of my family, and make fun of it. I think it's not funny, and I'm looking forward to get him at the front of my fists and knock him out.
But let's start with what is certain to be one of the events of the summer. Vladimir Klitschko against David Haye for the world's heavyweight title. Setanta will be in the fight to millions back home, but that hasn't slowed demand for the 70,000 tickets. And that is in no small part thanks to a certain T-shirt, Steve.
It is indeed, and I mean, if you look at things, this fight, we knew it would be popular, this fight, but we weren't sure if it would be, I don't know, maybe big enough for the O2 in Berlin, the fabulous arena, or the O2 in the Docklands. We thought about Stamford Bridge, but Bernd Bunter, who's in charge of the Klitschkos, they didn't think they'd sell out Stamford Bridge. David Haye wore that T-shirt. Sure, it's a tacky old T-shirt, don't get me wrong, more on that later. He wore that T-shirt where he's holding the 2 severed heads of the Klitschkos, and then there's their torsos on the floor with their rather bloody heads. It looks like something from the London Dungeon in the 70s when it first opened, and it was absolutely rubbish. It was a rubbish T-shirt. It was a tacky T-shirt, but it did the trick. Because what happened on the very first day the tickets went on sale, within 4 hours of David Haye wearing that T-shirt live on German TV, up to 10 million viewers watching the press conference, they'd sold 47,000 tickets.
Let's get more then on the incredible build-up to this fight with the promoter Adam Booth, who is in New York. Adam, welcome to the show.
Good morning or afternoon.
Yeah, good morning to you, Adam. Thank you for getting up early. It's the middle of the afternoon here. We've been going for a while. Adam, first question. Is this an inspired move on yours and David's behalf? It's got David and Vlad in every newspaper, or could it backfire?
Well, we got the fight, and one of the phrases Bert Bunter kept coming out with was, "Nobody in Germany knows who David Haye is." One T-shirt later, nearly the whole nation knows who David Haye is, and they've sold all the tickets for the fight within a matter of a week. So let's see what Bert Bunter has to say about that now.
Dave, so Adam, you're saying they've done the 70,000, they're all gone?
Well, I think it's 63,000, and the only ones that are left are the ones that RTL have held whilst they do the site survey.
Wow.
But 60% of the ones that are held have been reserved. So you can pretty much assume that the tickets are gone.
Oh, now, let me ask you this question. It's an enormous stadium. I was there for the Portugal match all those years ago. I never went in. I did a radio show from outside. It's a massive stadium. It's set between two towns. It's going to be a major event. But last week, all of the British fans seem happy. They seem to be able to get hold of the cheap tickets, the 39, the 50, the 60, the 70 euros. Now there's a lot of people online saying that they're being held to ransom. Now, I know you're a busy man. You're in New York now for the conference. You're in Belfast this weekend for the fight we'll talk about later on. But is there something you can do, Adam, to get to the bottom of some of these stories about the horrific prices that some of the British fans are being charged?
Well, I can't get hold of tickets either, Steve.
Wow.
You would think that I would probably have a bit more influence on that situation, but I can't. What's sold is sold. I guess maybe some touts have got hold of some.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, all I can say to people is just keep trying. But to be honest now, we've just got to concentrate on the job in hand, and that's putting Vladimir Klitschko down on the canvas for 10.
Now, what about this afternoon? It's all about the T-shirt, whether you like it or not, Adam. Is David going to wear the T-shirt, or is he going to go along in a suit and surprise everybody? Give us a clue.
He'll keep you guessing.
Now, also about these T-shirts, Adam, I mean, have you kept these T-shirts? Because they're going to be fantastic in years to come. They're going to be worth a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, David's got to be credited with that, because I turned up at his flat in London at about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, half asleep, to go to Berlin for the press conference, and he said, "I've got a surprise for you." Turned round and had it on. And straight away, I knew it would get the job done. It was an inspired piece of marketing.
Well, you knew it would get the job done because the last time that T-shirt was discussed, Vitali tried to grab hold of David round the neck last December because of the original picture that appeared in Men's Leisure. So there was a good clue it would get underneath the Klitschko skin.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got 8 weeks to readjust and get David out from under his skin again. But the whole point about this fight is that David's got to get under his skin. He's got to get him to stand there and fight with him.
Well, they say this is all down to a T-shirt. So, Steve, look at this present for you. David had the nastier version. What do you think about this? This is the friendly version of Vlad versus David. The Steve Bunce version. Can we see this on the camera?
I think it's lovely. And I was actually going to wear this, but because Amir couldn't park, I didn't have time to put it on because obviously I need my wardrobe to come in and readjust
the Steve Bunce friendly version.
What I like about this T-shirt particularly is look how slim I look. Look at that. Look at that waist. I'm built like Charles Atlas in this picture.
Hey, we look after you, Steve.
That's what I particularly like about it.
So there you go. Present from me to you.
We'll get them to sign it.
You can wear it on the night.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to wear in Germany on the night. But get it back to it, Andy, and just to reiterate...
Better than wearing the one with the 7 heads, then you might be in trouble. But it's all down to the spice this week. I think with the heavyweight world title fights, a bit of spice never hurts to promote an event. I'm sure you can give me a few facts on that, Steve.
It doesn't, Andy. Let me tell you, and that's going to be the Bunce fact today, because let me tell you about bad taste, and let me tell you about hype, and let me tell you about excess, and let me tell you about outrage in boxing, because at the end of the day, it's never, ever too much, OK? David Haye and his T-shirt helped sell these tickets. That's a fact. You heard Thomas Spiegel there. He had no idea what was going on. This Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Ali was vile to Frazier. He said he was stupid. He said he was too black. He said he was too ugly, OK? Frazier had to move out of Philadelphia because Ali called him an Uncle Tom. But it worked. It set up the greatest rivalry in sport. And then Mike Tyson, he wanted to eat Lennox Lewis's babies. One of his earlier opponents, he wanted to punch his nose so it went through his brain. But it helped create Mike Tyson, and it helped create that special fight. Lewis-Tyson, it was on. And a lot of that was the hype. Lewis himself, by the way, he wasn't adverse to slipping a few nasty rumours out when he was quiet. This guy, Riddick Bowe, big smiling guy there, absolute horrific human being when it came to selling a fight. Question everyone's sexuality. This guy here, Johnny Tapia, he had to do press conferences behind bulletproof glass. And then our own David Haye with his T-shirt. We know David Haye's not a bad guy. He came up with the T-shirt, and my hope is... so far, it's been OK. I'd like that T-shirt to be retired at about 3 o'clock this afternoon in New York. It's never too much, but you need to know when to call it a day. That, Andy, is the Bunce fact stroke lesson for today, big boy.
I feel like I've learned something from you, Steve.
I hope you have, son. I didn't see you taking notes, but I'll take, you know.
It's all up here, Stephen.
Good, son.
All up here. Tell you what, it's like a dress sense. Take it all from you.
I know. Do you see how slim I was in that picture, that T-shirt?
It's good of me, wasn't it?
I know, it's fantastic.
Got to go to the one we're really looking forward to, June 20th. David Haye and the big man is with us now, enjoying the atmosphere in Belfast.
Yeah, loving it. Really good atmosphere. First time I've been here. It's a beautiful, beautiful hall, and looking forward to the main event.
You're dressing very smart tonight, David. I expected to see you in a T-shirt.
I know. I've been renowned for my loud T-shirts of late, but the T-shirts are finished now. The promotional side of things over. The fight's pretty much sold out. You know, obviously, was it 50,000 tickets are sold in about 3 or 4 days. It's got to be some kind of a record.
How did the press conference go in New York, the last meeting, the last T-shirt appearance?
It was fun. It was getting a bit... me and Vladimir were both getting a bit irritated. We've had a bit of verbal to each other, in each other's faces. He really don't like me. He really wants to do a number on me.
He doesn't like you.
He was saying he wants to punish me for 12 rounds. Emmanuel Stewart saying, no, don't do that. Get him out of here quick. Emmanuel Stewart thinks I'm the toughest guy he's ever fought and the most dangerous guy in the heavyweight division. So he's going to be drumming that into Vladimir. So I expect Vladimir to come out and really go to work and go to war.
Is the bad feeling genuine? There's no pantomime. This is genuine dislike.
He genuinely doesn't like me. Yeah, I can see why. I've really been giving him some verbal.
You can see why, can't you?
Behind the scenes, I've been giving him winding him up a little bit, giving him jib here and there. But, you know, as long as he comes out there on June 20th and stands in the middle of the ring and it's got the intent to knock me out, people are going to have a great night, because that's what I need.
David, Burnt, the promoter, and Vladimir and Vitali, do they realise, at least acknowledge, what the T-shirt and what you did in Germany? 30,000 in 2 hours. They're giving you credit for it, at least.
They haven't given me any credit at all. They just say I'm tasteless, I'm bringing boxing down a level, I'm doing it. But I'm like, hold on, mate, you're getting the gate. You're getting it.
You've made him enough money.
Yeah, exactly. But I haven't had a thank you yet. But, you know, a bit unappreciative. But I will knock Vladimir out
and let him know them.
On the subject of gate day, there's been a lot of stuff. The first couple of days, British fans were getting all the tickets.
Yeah.
Now all the talk online and people are stopping me in the street, stopping me in Boots here in Belfast, saying, Ponzi, can you get us tickets? What can we do about tickets?
Just go on the internet. I think they K2 have provided 2,000 tickets extra on the side. I think I'm not sure when they go on sale yet, but just keep there on the internet, keep googling it, and try not to get them off the black market. But
yeah, good point.
Tickets are going fast, going like hotcakes.
Absolutely. We were looking actually online. Can't find a fight in Europe that's been bigger than this one.
Yeah.
A bigger crowd, potentially 70,000 maximum if they do this right. Is the promotional cycle completely finished now? You've got nothing else lined up?
That's it. All my promotional tyres are done now. New York was the last one.
No more T-shirts?
No more T-shirts. I might come up with a couple more T-shirts.
in the week of the fight.
In the week of the fight. I might do a couple little bits and pieces.
Serious question on the T-shirts. We've been asked a lot on the show this week. Will those T-shirts be on sale? Will the fans be able to wear them?
A lot of the fans, we're getting about 4,000 of them made up, and they'll be able to buy them through www.haymaker.com. Go to the website. I think in a couple of weeks I'll be able to buy them. So there'll be a lot of guys out there with the Vlad decapitation picture on their T-shirt.
Now I've got to ask you this, Dave. I mean, you said some nasty things about Vladimir, and you were selling it, and I know the way you feel about his style of fight. There's a guy here tonight. You were talking to him earlier on, Marty Rogan.
Yeah.
Now he's a guy that you must admire.
No, he's one of my favourite British heavyweights by far. You know, he goes out there and lays it on the line. He always gives people value for money, and that's what I'm about. You know, his last couple of fights have been crackers. He beat all the Olympic gold medalists. He beats Matt Skelton he was the European champion.
Unbelievable fight, yeah.
So you know, he's the underdog, and I like getting behind underdogs. But he's got a lot of heart. He's got a ridiculous amount of heart. He's a fit guy, and he's good for boxing.
Yeah, I reckon he is.
Yeah, a potential opponent for you in the future, possibly.
Like once I've beaten the Klitschko's 3 times.
Yeah. 2014.
Hopefully he can keep winning. If he picks up a European title and maybe fights Shagayev or Valiev, you never know. A big unification match down the line could get bigger than that.
I did wonder about that fight because it's live on Tatanta. Yeah. The big fella Valiev. Will you have a close eye on that one, Shagayev?
That's not at all. You know, I probably won't even watch it, to be honest. No, their first fight wasn't that great, but you know.
You don't think the rematch is going to be a slugfest, a 9 knockdown?
No.
David, just by the way, I'll ask you that question again. It is live on Tatanta.
Yeah.
Will you be watching the fight?
Hell yeah, live on Tatanta. Of course I will.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something about Shagayev. You've seen him up close at World Championships. He won at Super Heavy when you lost in the final to Solis. He is. I know people moan about him, but I've said it before. Technically, for a big lump, he's not great to watch. He's effective, Andy. He's clever at what he does, man. And the big guy, Valiev, I mean, to say he's a handful's an understatement. You've got to really plan to beat that guy.
Of course you do. David, I'm sure we'll speak to you plenty before then.
Definitely.
Very best of luck June 20th.
Thanks a lot.
Everybody looking forward to that and should be a cracker.
It sure is. I'm looking forward to getting out there and starting training.
Looking forward to it. We'll speak to David plenty more, of course, in the build-up to that fight.